And we are live. We are live. You see that red dot?
Nice.
Right
I see it.
there?
Right
We're
there.
live. We're live. All right.
It
So
is
don't
right
do don't do anything crazy.
I'm
Remember, we are live right now,
Listen,
Drew.
I'm ready for the yo. I'm ready for the yo.
Well, before we get the thing, before we
you want me
start,
to get the crowd warm up?
yeah, we got to get warmed up a little bit.
All right, guys, we're going to be starting with 8 count jumping jacks. What are we
I feel like if I try
How was
to
your
do,
day today?
I feel like if I try to do jumping jacks right now, I'd probably be winded. Jumping jacks are deceivingly harder than they
Yeah,
look
there's
like.
a reason why when you were in the military, like you had to do like I love when you were like, we're just gonna do a warm up. 45 minutes later.
All right, now comes the 5 mile run.
For real, like now we're gonna go on a light run.
All right, don't forget the 200 extra push-ups. We already did 100. Well, who's a quitter in this army? All right, my warm-up question to you to get us, nice and loose and goose. Oh, I'm showing the show notes. All right,
That's all right.
Our listeners can see. All right, my warm-up question is, what is the best comic you've read all month? Because I asked this question because you have been on a reading spree. All right?
Yes.
You've been reading a lot of comics. You've been catching up, and so have I. So I thought this would be a good warm-up.
If I had to pick one right now, that
Yeah.
off the top of my head,
Pick
because
one
I've
later.
read a bunch of the stuff right now that
What's
like
the one that stands out the most? You're
only
like, damn.
Human Target for like, yeah, that was like a whole like I had to read that collective, not even collectively. I waited and then there was a bunch of stuff out and it still hasn't finished.
Dude, we still got 12. It finishes in February. We
Yeah.
still got 3 more issues left.
So it was like really, really cool finding out that like I actually, you know what? When I went to the library, I got the first volume. It had the 6 issues. So I would say that's the one that I'm like, oh man, that's the one that was like, oh, comic books are fun.
Yeah, and sexy.
Oh man, the sexiest. I was like, I could read this comic book while drinking
Yeah.
whiskey.
Yeah, you know what? Excellently said. That is that's a whiskey with a with one of them whiskey
Gentleman
cubes.
cube.
Yeah, with a
The
gentleman,
cube, and you just keep sipping. Like it's just like I love the fact like whenever him and his girl get into a fight, he just looks at her and just takes a sip of whiskey.
Yeah. Now,
Oh, don't forget the coaster.
if we're talking gentlemen.
Sorry.
All right. The best thing I've read, I'm just going to pull up images because I forgot we're doing this all in, we're doing video, so we can actually just show this stuff. All right. So for me, get it out of here. I accidentally hit the wrong button. Hold up. All right. So for me, the best comic I've read this month, emphasis on this month, and I've read a lot of good stuff, is Catwoman, Lonely City. And I'm pulling up some images if no one's seen the art in this. This book is written, drawn, produced by, lettered by, colored by. I mean, I don't know what he hasn't done, but Cliff Chang is like the auteur. You know that phrase auteur.
I've never heard of that before.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh well, you learn something new every day.
Yeah. It's probably what you're probably referring to your Sunday crew that you guys use that term a lot.
The cool kids.
Yeah, the cool kids.
Bro, I'm telling you, this book, this series, it's a 4-part series. And it's a lot of pages. It's like a lot of comics for what it is. It's like 50 pages for every issue. It's 4 issues total. It's basically Dark Knight Returns for Catwoman with less. Well, it's still a violent book, but not so grim, right? It's not so dark. It doesn't have like that Frank Miller tinge to it. It's actually a little more, I'd say, inspiring, a little more upbeat. But I realized Catwoman might be my favorite. One of my favorite superheroes. And I'm not just going to say like, women superheroes or female superheroes. I think she's just one of my favorites, period. The story is excellent, dude. And you will fall, like this scene right here, I'm looking at the scene with Killer Croc. Killer Croc ends up being a charming, lovable idiot, dude.
Really?
Yeah, so many. It's cool that they managed to accomplish this story without Batman being so prevalent in it. And they're relying on like Two-Face, the rest of the rogues, which isn't that hard to do, but it still ended up being a really fun experience.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the best comic book I've read. So you've got Human Target, and I've got
Yeah, I looked through everything that I was like, all right, let me look at.
What's in
make
your
sure.
list? I want to see what do you got checked out.
So the complete list. I have X-Men Inferno 1 through 4.
And we're looking at Drew's Hoopla checkout list.
Jonathan Hickman. So then I got Zeb Wells' Amazing Spider-Man Beyond Volume 1.
Okay.
Defenders, There Are No Rules. That's the Al Ewing joint that just came out, and they just released the sequel. Once in Future Volume, The King is Undead. That's that Karen Gillian, Dan Moira joint.
Come on, man.
Seven to Eternity, the Deluxe Edition. That is the
Wow.
one where it's Rick Remender and
Jerome Opena.
yeah.
Have
So-
you started on that yet?
I am 10 pages
Goddamn.
in. 10 pages in. No. No, because my thing is, it's so hard. Like, once I, like, to get into this book, there's a whole world vernacular, and then this one
yeah.
has, like, the infamous pages where you have to read the journal just to get to, like, the narrative. So I'm like, I don't feel like reading that much. I got
Yeah.
Wonder Girl Homecoming that's done by the girl that actually,
Joel Jones?
Yeah, Joan Jones. So she's, like,
That's an awesome
hardcore
cover.
in it. Yeah, the artwork in here is amazing. So I probably would put it up there with like Lonely City.
I'm gonna pull this up.
Then I have Cantwell's Iron Man Big Iron, his first 5 issues. Non-stop Spider-Man that was actually pretty fun. I think it was Joe Kelly that did this one.
Mm-hmm.
Then I did Volume 7, which is Miles Morales Beyond. That one's a dope one. And then Justice League International book. This one, it was inspired by Human Target. I haven't read any of it yet, but like I was like, all right, I got to read this and
Dude,
kind of get like an
That
idea
is
what's going
such a
on.
classic image. I mean, here, I'll pull it up for the listeners, but everyone knows this image very well.
And the one thing I was like super heavy into, if you would have asked me 2 weeks ago, it would have been V for Vendetta.
What made you go into the, I remember you hyping V Vendetta.
Well, because it was the 5th of November.
So you're feeling very political.
I was like, oh, let me just see what it is. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool.
How many times have you... dude, I think my dad owns a couple of these issues of Justice League International.
Dude,
Because I remember the... damn, I'm drawing a blank. The pink Finn supervillain, Despero?
Despero, yeah.
Yeah. I think we both fucked that up.
No, I didn't think it's Despero.
Despero, whatever the hell his name is. My dad has a few of these issues, and that usually says something because, like, my dad doesn't have a lot of Justice League back issues or DC comic back issues, but that one stood out to me. I remember that as a kid, and I've yet to read it, even though I've heard nothing but great
That's
things.
the one that, like, always, like, somebody's posting on Reddit, like, a panel from it, or they're like that. And then
100%.
there's always someone that's like, oh, God, I love that series. And then, like, you're like, 200 upvotes. Like, all right.
Yo, it can't be that bad. It's like, what am I doing wrong? Yeah, 200 upvotes is a strong upvote for a series, especially on our comics. You know, like, our comics can quickly kind of divulge into like a hate fest.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
But I will say the universally acclaimed series, like, are universally acclaimed. Like, this is one that when it gets brought up, well loved. It's also in the conversation. I feel like people bring this up when someone's asking, like, hey, I like superheroes, but I don't care for, like, the big superheroes. Or I don't care for, like, like the run-of-the-mill stuff. I want, like, humor and everyday kind of, like, sitcom type stuff.
Yeah,
I think,
like, this one is the one that you need to read.
yeah, dude, and I'm doing such a bad job trying to figure out how to spell Desparo. Oh, it's Desparo. I'm over here spelling Deparo. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we were right. Despero. Sorry. Yeah, this is the cover I'm thinking of. Because I remember this fight between Martian Manhunter and Despero being epic. And this cover, too. What are you looking at? Who was the artist for this? You know? I got you on the spot. Kevin McGuire.
Kevin McGuire, yeah.
Good job. Andrew Torres for the fucking win. You see that? You see that? My man is out here carrying the team on his back.
Zane.
Dude,
Don't ask me football stats, but I'll be able to get you some comic book stats, no problem.
You're like Kevin McGuire. That looked like about a 98 Kevin McGuire
bro.
series right there. I like that.
He did over 98 issues.
What would you so it sounds like you're definitely in the big two kind of
Yeah, I'm back
right
on the
now.
big two.
Okay.
Like manga, I've been reading it on the side, but now I'm like, all right, let me kind of like just see like what's to kind of like read and see what the big two has been doing. They have like there's enough source material out there where I'm like, all right, entertain me.
I read I've been on this Tom King DC Black Label run, and I just
I
finished.
had no idea. This is the first time I'm hearing about it.
But this is the first time you're hearing it on the camera.
Oh, okay. Very true.
So, I've been on this Tom King DC Black Label run. I'm like, act surprised. And I finished Adam Strange. I finally, because that was a series I bought the first 2 or 3 issues. I was like, okay, this is going to be one of those, it's going to be a slow burn, and things are going to progress. I mean, obviously things are going to
Reading
progress.
Tom King's 12 issues like taking a course, like taking a college course.
Oh, it's like taking a psychology, like not 101, but like the next one. It's not that hard, but it's like, damn it, I gotta use what I learned in last.
I gotta
last semester.
I gotta recall everything that's happening on the page. That way, 2 issues from now, I can be like, oh yeah.
Yeah. So long story short, I didn't keep up with that series when it came out, which isn't. I think it came out like last year. So I ended up reading it in full on the DC Universe app. Of course, it was like very fucking melancholy, very sad at the end. Like not a very like, yeah, I'm gonna go conquer the world afterwards. It was just like, fuck, superheroes are fucking crazy, man. It's like shit. Superheroes are just regular ass people, and people kind of suck at times.
Yeah, 100%.
So I was kind of in a weird mood after reading that. So I went to
As you would be, because you're emotionally invested in character. You're like, I really hope they pull it off. And then
like,
Tom King's all like, we're going to spend all your time loving these characters. And then guess what?
Dude, and it's like Adam Strange. You know, I'm going to pull up some panels of it. But it's like Adam Strange, he's going to redeem himself. He's going to redeem himself.
Yeah. And it's like,
yeah, right. And he was a shitbag in this, man. How you make Adam Strange... Like now, granted, he's not completely not likable. Like you kind of
feel sorry for him.
Yeah, you feel sorry. You can relate. It's like, you know, he did. Spoiler warning for anyone that hasn't read this yet. You know, but he ends up sacrificing Earth for his daughter in a very kind of convoluted plan. Apparently, he has no faith that the fucking Justice League could save this Earth.
Well, I think that's what happened. Like, I think the thing that like happens is he's trying to help. He wants to go back and like save those people, but then everybody's like, "Nah, we can't do this. We can't do this." And then they got his daughter, and he's like, "All right, cool. I'll give you Earth. Just don't hurt my daughter."
Doc Shaner. Well, I will say, art wise though, I mean, story is really strong, very compelling. Tom King is doing what he does best, like really psychoanalyzing characters. Like kind of
he makes this more like a Warlord of Mars type of thing, where like this is very like this to me is like the most science fictiony like
super science fiction pulpy.
Yes,
100%.
100%. And then it's like, but they go so well together.
Oh, 100%. Yep. Damn it, 100%. Today's episode brought to you by
100%. Make sure your phone is charged.
But dude, story aside, the artwork is Mitch Gerard is a diabolical mastermind.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised that none of these Google images show any of the rad one splash page, like any of the splash pages, because when you come across
Did
those,
you type in interior? Because if you type in Adam Strange, interior,
I bet you if I type in Mitch Gerard
and then interior.
Ooh, come on! I hope so, because some of these splash pages I've screenshot and saved a lot of them. His wife too, Adam Strange's wife in this, Alina. She's a total badass, and that's one thing you will find in a Tom King series is just very strong females, very like strong, very complex, like, you know, just badass, like women. You know, whether they take, whether they're like by the side of the hero or take, you know, lead.
Take lead, yeah.
They're very impressive. Yeah, nothing. They don't got none of the cool.
Sorry, man.
All good.
You
just
made
trust
this all up in your head.
Yeah, that would be the most Tom King thing ever. Is me making up all.
Dude, like you flip to get it signed and you realize like all the pages are blank.
It makes me want to definitely read Mr. Miracle. This is like feels such like a predecessor to Mr. Miracle. But yeah. Without the comedy, it's not nearly as funny as Mr. Miracle.
Yo, Mr. Miracle has some things where they just break up tension. Like, not really here breaks up a lot of tension. It's just like, and that's another thing too, is like this, it's like, I will tell you right now, what really feels that when you're reading this is Adam's, like nobody's willing to help him. That's what I'm saying. Like, he is backed in a corner and nobody wants to help him.
You're definitely reminded, like, you know, this is, he might be the title character of this book, but Adam Strange is a fucking, you know, B-C list hero, you know, especially compared to the Justice League. And that's what Tom King does best. He's like, I'll take that B-list character. Now give him over here. I'm about to make you like, I'm about to give you an existential crisis with fucking the Human Target. Oh, you've never heard of him? I got you. Don't even worry about it.
And here's the thing. Spoiler alert. Did he end up killing the first character, that guy? Who ended up killing that guy? The first dude, the one guy that shows up dead and starts off this whole investigation.
The angry dude at the book signing of Adam Strange.
Yeah.
It turned out to be Adam Strange.
Oh, Adam Strange killed him. Does he remember he doing it, or he just like?
No, he admits it, but they chalk it up to PTSD, and that's what's so interesting about this story is he's tackling things like you know, and maybe not on purpose, but what I got out of it, like, you know, there's the topic of PTSD involved because, you know, he's survived like this war, you know, and he's done some really shady shit.
Do you know what this reading reminds me of? Like a delineation or like a side thing is and not is it Infinity Crisis or Identity Crisis? Identity Crisis, that deals with like investigation between the Justice League.
Wait, are you talking Heroes in Crisis?
No. I'm talking about where Sue Dibney's wife was murdered, and it becomes like this whole mystery of like who done it.
Okay, yeah, I see what you mean.
So it kind of gives me that little more of an inspiration of the fact that like you're trying to figure out exactly what's going on. The Justice League is involved.
Yep. Well
and there's
said.
more than okay. So he ended up. I couldn't recall. Like, did he end up killing that guy, or was it his wife?
Oh, he does a lot. He does a
basically-
lot more fucked up shit. Even though you're like, nah, his wife is she's covering for him in a lot of ways, and I wonder if she did it, but she doesn't. All right, but yeah, man, those have been my favorite reads of this month. Anything Tom King, and dude, seriously, if you could rent that, if you could check out that Catwoman, Lonely City from Hoopla. Do it, man.
I'm gonna check to see if they have. They should have it shortly. They get all that new stuff.
We'll make it happen. All right, dude. You ready to welcome in the listeners into our world?
Yeah, I'm ready to save y'all money because I only picked one thing.
And I'm curious as to why, because I've got a comment on that.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to turn it on now. You've been waiting on me to do this. Here we go. All right, ready? Yo!
There it is.
Short Box Nation! Welcome to another special bonus episode. This one is dedicated to this month's previews catalog. Wait, where's that? Drew, can you hold that up to the camera? Yeah. Hold up that big-ass phone book catalog. Flip the page, too. That's a raunchy side. There we go. Ooh. Dude, you flipping through that book was the nicest breeze. This studio is hot as hell.
So much.
Listeners, Short Box Nation, yeah, we are dedicating this episode to this month's previews catalog. Look, it's another month. Oh, sorry. We're taking a break from our usual comic reviews, artist spotlights, and interviews that you're all accustomed to, so we can flip through this massive phone book size previews catalog, and we're going to bring you along for the ride.
Let me help you spend money.
Well, it's really like, let me show you the way to spend your money in the right places.
Yeah.
You know, if you like what we like, then let us show you the way. All right.
Yeah.
Now, if you're new,
I only like one thing.
Drew's on a budget conscious.
Oh hell yeah, he's on a budget
today. All right. So he didn't want to play ball completely, but he chose something cool. All right. Now, if you're new to the show, I want to go and welcome you to the Short Box Podcast, the best comic book talk show this side of the multiverse. My name is Badr, and recording this one with me here at Short Box HQ, which feels like it's like 95 degrees right now.
I know, I'm wearing this hoodie drowning in my own sweat. But I'm committed to the wardrobe that was selected for me by myself.
Yeah, man. All right. As you can tell, everyone's favorite legal liability is here with me.
Legal
Let's give
liability.
it up for Andrew Torres. Yeah.
Dude, for a minute I thought you were going to use like a
cheers.
Spanish soundbite. That one song, I like it like that. Yeah, baby. I like it like that. I thought that was going on. So really
I feel like it'd be too on the nose, and I might get some letters like, really, you gonna play that song with the Spanish guy? So I feel like John Cena is universal. It's like it don't matter what race you are, you're gonna bob your head when that beat comes on. So yeah, I got my man Andrew Torres here with me.
I'm here.
And we literally flipped through 600 plus pages of this month's previews catalog. We've been scoping out thousands, like literally thousands of upcoming comics, manga, graphic novels, toys, apparel, statues, and a whole bunch of other stuff we don't need and definitely can't afford everything. But look, that didn't stop us from putting together a short box approved wish list of some really cool stuff that piqued our interest as fans. Now, if you're listening to this episode,
So many things.
oh, it's all the things.
This has to be the craziest previews ever.
But I'll say this much: out of the
Go ahead, King. Say what you got to say.
Can I talk my shit again? Out of the thousands, I mean, there's literally thousands of things, right? And to boil it down to like, you know, our top 3, top 5 favorite things, I think that's, you know, that's a feat that we got to celebrate, all right? Because we're doing, what is that? Our Pokemon video that we like so much. We do it for you.
Yeah.
I need to get that as a soundtrack.
That should be a great one.
We did it for you, all right? Instead of having you flip through, even though it's fun as hell to flip through previews.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
didn't find any smut to show on the
You
show.
know what? Very
No
PG.
smut, nothing.
Very PG.
Everybody was covered up.
Now, I wanted to say real quick, if you're listening to this episode in audio form, yo, good on you. You're in for a good time regardless, all right? But if you really want to get the full experience of this episode, I highly recommend you hop on over to our YouTube channel and enjoy this episode and enjoy this very visual heavy episode even more by watching the video version. We're on video. You can see Drew sweat through this massive hoodie, even though it's 80 degrees in Florida.
It is.
But I respect the wardrobe choice. You got a matching beanie too. Come on, man, looking fly.
Trying to look my best.
Well, you did a damn good job.
Thank you so much.
So, listeners, we're on video, so we could pull up photos of the products on our list to show you what we're talking about. So come watch us drool over all the cool and exclusive merch that we could only dream of owning in high definition. Now, obviously, our short box approved list. Is just a fraction of the stuff scheduled to ship to comic shops and stores in the coming months. And we'll probably touch on the Marvel previews, maybe not the DC one. We just spent so much time talking about Marvel and DC. This is like a good chance to just like relax and check out some of the other stuff coming up. So if you want the full list of stuff coming out, I advise you go grab a previews from your local comic shop, or if you're being space conscious, because these things, like, I never know how to get rid of them. I feel like I put them in the recycling bin and they throw it right back at the house. Like, bitches, we ain't recycling this big ass book. So if you are,
we warned you already.
This previous catalog is a book you could put underneath like a sweater if you were gonna do some shady deal and you're worried about getting shot, because it would stop a bullet.
Definitely would.
It would definitely stop a bullet. So if you're conscious about like
go to the
spacing,
gym and hand this to a guy and be like, I bet you can't rip this in
bro,
half.
what? I'd pay to go see that.
You would? How much?
Oh wow. I guess $6
Let's go right now. I got $6.
I guess $6 is how much it costs for a
$6.
previews.
Yeah, rip it up.
But you can also just buy a digital previous catalog from the previews website. It's how we're going to be looking at the previews today. So yeah, but trust me, all right? Trust me on this. You don't want this kind of temptation in your life. I don't know why we do this to you guys. You don't want this temptation in your life. The previews have always been, Drew can agree with me on here. The previews have always been an exercise of willpower for most comic fans, right? They say the only way to be worthy of a Green Lantern ring in 2023
is to not get anything.
Yeah, you beat me to the punch.
Sorry, my
I was
bad.
going to say, if you can flip through one of these books and not order anything
at all.
Right? So unless you got years in the game like we do, you won't pass this test, all right? Especially if you got responsibilities and bills to pay.
I'm almost on double digits now. I think I'm in double digits.
In what regard?
Comic book collecting.
Oh, dude, easy.
Yeah.
Easy. Come on, man.
Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah. I hit double digits last year.
Wow. You know what?
Yeah.
I see your double digits right there. OG in the game. Congratulations.
So thank you so much. So lucky to be here.
Long story short, we did all the work for you, but it's,
assholes.
It's
That's what you wanted to say.
I'm glad you committed to that.
Yeah.
That's a good commitment. All right. Drew and I, fuck it, I'm going to continue my speech, all right? I could just continue, but I wrote all this. You're going to hear it. Drew and I were born in a comic shop.
Born!
Molded by it. We didn't see the light until we were men. All right, honestly, all right, I'm kidding aside. Previews.
People are like, when did you grow up? I'm like, when I didn't need that variant anymore.
Wow. That's when I became a man.
Yeah, for real.
That's when I became
like,
fine. That's when my mom was proud of me for making. That's when my mom trusted me to let me handle my own finances.
Man, I was coming out like stacks of comic books, like not groceries, just
Okay. Anyways, we're gonna
let's get back on track.
Yeah, we're gonna get started. Flipping through the previews, all right, and sharing our wish list. We ain't gonna steer you wrong, so here we go. Drew, let's go ahead and start off
with my only one that I had.
I was gonna say let's start off with the cover story.
Oh yeah, cover story.
All right, cover story. So the cover stories is about this new comic book coming out through Image. It's called Local Man. It's written by Tony Fleece, who is I believe he did Stray Dogs. Yeah, Stray Dogs fame. And then you got Tom Seeley, who did that comic series Revival,
and he's done a couple of DC books as well.
Okay,
he's made his rounds. He has like enough writing credibility to like do something.
Writing or drawing?
Tim Seeley, writing.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, you know more than I do, so I appreciate you stepping in there.
Can you say that again? And then can we make that? Can we make that a soundbite? Why has that not been a soundbite? If anybody's listening and watching this, can you please take this and make it a soundbite?
Isolate? Isolate me saying Drew's right.
The time marker's 28 minutes and 17 seconds. Give or take around.
Here we get it. Here we get it. All right, so I'm scrolling through. Comics Beat actually shared some previews. So get that pop up out of here, man. We got you. All right. So this new series, Local Man #1, is due out in stores on Wednesday, February 22nd. And I'm going to read the solicitation for it, all right? It reads, once the star recruit of the media sensation Super Team 3rd Gen, Jack Crossjack Xavier had it all. But when controversy sends him crawling back to his mom and dad's basement in the Midwest, Jack struggles to fit into a world he left far behind, and then the bodies start piling up. What type of vibe do you get from that solicitation, Drew? And when you look at the cover in that solicitation, what vibe do you get?
He was canceled. Super canceled.
And it's going to be up to this cute homeless dog to save the day?
I have no idea. Now I don't even know because I didn't even read the solicitation. Just from the cover alone, I'm like, oh, okay, you can kind of gather what this thing is about.
I think definitely rectifying your past, because obviously he's got to go back home as a loser. He was once riding high in the super team.
Yeah.
And it sounds like there's some shady shit going on in his hometown. That's really all we kind of know.
Okay.
They do share some preview images. So this is, so the interesting thing about this, and I think this is why I got the cover treatment on previews, is that it is a flip book. So on one half is going to tell the current story of him back at home. So this kind of vibe. And then the other half is going to retell him at his high when he was on the super team.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it's pretty interesting, man. The fact that we're going to get two perspectives, two different art styles as well. Tom Seeley has a little quote here describing the series. He said, Local Man is Tony and I teaming up to make a comic book that combines what we love about 90s superheroes with our shared affections for crime and horror stories. It's part Extreme Studios, part Vertigo Comics. It's a story about love and loss and ego and murder most of foul. But it's also about nostalgia and promises not fulfilled with lots of gritted teeth and epic head punches. And then you got some preview images.
The artwork looks pretty good.
No, it looks solid. It looks solid, and then this is the flip side.
It looks like the X-Men Rejects.
So you mean Image Comics?
I was just saying, it does like it looks like the Brigade.
And that's what it's supposed to be. I think in the actual previews catalog, their write-up, they actually mentioned that this is supposed to be like a love letter to the early Image comics. So yeah, it sounds interesting. I mean, I think the fact that it got the cover story
page,
for previews is
you made the
promising.
front page, buddy.
Yeah. All right, so is this of interest? Is this going to be on your radar? Are you going to check out issue
definitely.
1?
It'd be I would hope that at some point, if me and you go to the comic book shops on Wednesday, if I see it, I'll definitely pick it up and give it a flip through, and then I'll flip it over and get another flip through.
I see what you did there.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Cartman approves.
Oh my god.
Okay, so let's get on to the nitty gritty, to our actual wish list of stuff, right? Draculina, the other flip side of the cover.
I was like,
Speaking of flip side, man, Preview has been doing the flip book thing for a while. So you're saying that your wish list is only composed of one thing.
One thing.
And I'm assuming, is it just because you just weren't feeling much, or I gotta find your page.
No, because I was looking through it and all, but nothing. I would stop by and browse, but then I'm like, nah, no. Even the free comic book day stuff, I was trying to see what was coming out that I was like, oh, this looks interesting, but it looks like it's all reprints.
No way. The free comic book day stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Hold up.
Let's see. Reprints.
Oh, hold on. No, it's new stuff.
Okay.
Wait, I'm gonna pull it up. It's just taking me a minute. I do find it a little it's kind of early, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're in December previews, and I get free comic book day. They have to solicit this stuff early, and where you are talking previews is always months in advance. But I was like, dang, we already talking about practice?
No.
I think I might have skipped the free comic book day stuff, or here it is.
No, you're coming up to it.
Okay, so you've got this stuff, Archie Horror. Okay, that's gold sponsor. Okay, you got a new Umbrella Academy.
Ooh, okay.
Red Sonja. Look, Amazing Spider-Man Venom #1. Okay.
For what? What is it?
It is. It says, for years, the symbiote family in the Marvel Universe has grown, and the latest smash hit run on Venom is no exception. With the violent, dangerous Marvel, blah, 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 blah. They're supposed to mark the beginning of the end of the symbiotes.
Oh, another beginning.
Exclusive original material.
Oh, okay.
And the same thing with this Avengers X-Men #1 special.
With Hickman.
Well, you get a preview of Hickman's new Marvel project.
What is he doing?
He hasn't said anything other than I think the only thing we know about it, it's It's supposed to be.
You don't know shit.
Wait, I'm trying to tell you.
Oh,
I reported on it. It's supposed to be Sandman in the Marvel universe. So like some spacey, heady, like
Sandman isn't in the Marvel universe?
like the Sandman equivalent in the Marvel universe.
Oh.
All right, you are not impressed at all.
No. That sounds cool. Like I can't wait to like.
Look, and the other noticeable thing I noticed for Free Comic Book Day.
Conan the Barbarian.
Conan the Barbarian comes back to like it left Marvel.
Name
as
one
you know.
Jim Zub story right now.
God damn it!
Name
Spider-Man.
one.
I know you did Spider-Man.
Okay.
Yes. If you would have said 2, I would have been a little screwed. So what's the deal? You just weren't feeling like anything in the previews, or
nothing really just kind of like jumped out at me that was like, oh, I got to read this. Like I was like scrolling through and just seeing like what's gonna catch. The only thing that caught my attention was maybe a couple of art books, but I was like, nah, I'm not like. I was like, I would never.
Not
buy
worthy
them.
enough to put on your wish list, huh? Okay, all right. You playing hard to get. I will admit, I did have a note that this previews. I don't know if it's because like, it's the December issue.
Yeah, it's like what's possibly going. No. Look. Everything you're stopping on is so perverted.
Well, I think my there we go. It froze a little bit.
I
will admit this previews has not been like the other ones where there's like
things
really,
that you're like there.
Like because I was expecting you to come through like you did last month.
Also, it's also like what's really very crazy is the fact that they push for the green, like the Power Ranger. I don't know if it's just happenstance of the fact that like he showed up. Yeah, but it's like, oh, look at all these Power Ranger variants and look at this Green Ranger stuff, and I'm like, what?
I'm here. Look, as they should. The motherfucking Green Rangers died. Right?
Yeah.
We're more.
That's what I'm saying.
Page.
So like Legends. That's what I was like. Oh, okay.
You gotta. I think it's just happenstance.
Okay.
Like these books get printed and organized well in advance, and he just passed away. What, a week or 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, while I'm looking for your one item, how did you take the news of Jason David Frank passing away? Because we have seen him at conventions together.
Oh yeah, I've seen like the how he's captivated an entire like crowd and how cool, nice, and awesome he is. Dude, it was one of those like I was very concerned for my brother. Like I know how much my brother like really like fucks with it. So, I saw the news. When I first saw it, it was nobody. It was like somebody. It was like unreliable source that said that he had passed away.
You're like,
and I was like,
Uncle
okay,
Jerry,
I'll just wait.
Uncle Jerry.
Yeah.
Like,
I was
don't
like,
know shit.
nah. I'm just gonna wait and see. And then like an hour later, it just started like pouring out. Like
same.
He passed away. And then when you find out how he passed away, you're like, damn, that sucks. You're like, oh, that is like really awful. I hope everything's okay. Like
it was shocking as hell, man. It was like, wait, he committed suicide?
Yeah.
Like I think you'd agree. Like when we seen him, dude was exuberant, excited, energetic, happy, and
yeah.
I was saying on to Ed and Ashley, like it was definitely a reminder. Like, yo, you never know what's going on behind closed doors.
Yeah,
like
100%.
it could be a mask, a front, but yeah, that was. So how was Zach? How was Zach?
Oh, he was upset. He posted on Facebook. Like he aired out his woes. He was not like happy at all. And it's like, oh, okay. And then everybody was like, dude, my childhood is dead. Because then right before that, the great late Kevin Conroy passed away. So it's like, all right, we got Batman and we got Power Rangers are like basically Dunsky.
Oh, y'all celebrating? All right, y'all celebrating life and positive memories? Fuck you.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's never fun hearing about somebody passing away and somebody that's like influenced your childhood a lot. Like, 100%. I just was like, oh, okay. Yeah. I remember my teacher in the second grade had told us that she used to babysit the Power Rangers just to get us to shut up. Like, we would be rowdy as hell.
You guys want to tell us a story? I'll tell you our story. We take a nap.
Yeah. Basically that. Huh. She brought in Power Ranger posters, which I would assume that was signed by the teacher staff. All. You imagine, you're a teacher. Like, what are you know what I'm saying? You're a teacher, you're a second grade. Like, there's nobody checking to see what extra
Cite your
stuff
sources. Cite your sources.
Teachers like, we were some rowdy ass kids. Bro. We were one of the ones where like we were that class. Like every school had the team. You remember Jeff Davis? They had like the Wolf Squad, the Bear Squad, like all this.
I can't remember which one. I know I wasn't the cool.
We were part of we were the Wolf Pack.
The
Wolf Pack. We were rowdy. Like
I think I was the Turtles or something. I was the Turtles.
I love Jeff Davis because like we would represent the most people that would get into fights. Like you're like the most team with the most referrals was like the hardest class.
Oh, it was always like the Wolves. the Venom Vipers. And for anyone that is not from Jacksonville,
Or
Florida,
didn't go to public
and
school,
doesn't
fuck you.
understand any of these middle school references that me and Drew are making, no worries. We shouldn't be talking middle school on a national show.
Very true.
But big shout out to my JD alumni.
We made it.
Okay, but real quick, one last thing about that. As a 30-plus-year-old man who has been around kids, and I've also tried some have leveraged lies and leveraged their lack of, I guess, just smarts. That is genius to bring in some Power Ranger posters and to sign them. I bet you they didn't even say their names.
I'm telling you, probably not. Like
she probably wrote like "fuck you, kid." You're like, whoa,
just a squiggle. Yeah, that's Tommy. Tommy wrote that. She
Yeah,
did. Here's the
that's
thing.
funny.
I should have known
All
that
right.
it was all a lie because she never called them by their real names. She would always call them by their Power Rangers names.
wow. Well, it's not like you knew what their real names either.
Very true. I did not.
Yeah,
I
so
was just like, all right.
they were Tommy to you. Okay, yo, rest in peace, Jason David Frank. That was a good tangent. Okay, so I am on the page that you sent me of your one thing on your wish list for today.
Thing. And
What
it's a
is it?
spotlight.
What is it?
I have no idea. It just looks like it's like gremlins and orgs having various jobs, and they look all
These
designed.
look 3D rendered. Plunderlings, plunderlong figures from Lone
Bro,
Coconut.
when you say it like
What
that,
the-
it sounds so
No,
like here's
it
the thing.
sounds
It's
bad.
the pirate one right there. The pluggering, that guy. That's the only one. The
Bro,
pirate.
what the fuck is Plunderling?
I have no idea.
From Lone Coconut Plunderlings from Lone Coconut Plunderlings aims to present a fresh take on fantasy universes from a Caribbean perspective.
There you go.
That sounds like
That's it.
you might get canceled for playing with these. All right, a place where the monsters are pirate adventurers with emotions, hopes, and dreams of their own. Plunderlings will continue to expand this new world to incorporate new creatures inspired from island animals, legends, and history. Okay, so they're like based on like Caribbean, I guess, folklore and stories. And,
Like if a gremlin or an org fucked a pirate, like what would that pirate look like?
yeah, they would look like these fucking
There you go.
figures, and they're only 3D rendered figures. So,
We didn't even know what they look like.
so you were just out of the literal. I think there's a million items in these preview.
There are a
calendars.
million items
Of
in
the
preview.
million things.
Okay, so the
this
only
would cut your eye.
other thing is
I'm not-
if
for the
you
record-
swipe up, if you go up just
Okay.
a little bit, you'll see some Troy McClure Simpson 7 giant figure.
Oh yeah, no, that's a good one.
Yeah, go up just a little bit more.
Okay. I'm
Keep
scrolling.
going.
I'm scrolling. And for the record, I'm not shaming you for your choice because it's
Sound like you are.
I am.
I know
It
you
definitely
are.
sounded like it.
You're like out of the millions and millions and millions and millions of interesting things, you pick the stupidest fucking thing. That's not what you said, but that's how you said it. That's how you did.
I'm just completely shitting on that. Okay.
I like when I sent you the picture. Oh no, I guess you have to scroll down now. I'm so sorry. I guess I told you the wrong thing.
Hey, look, it's a visual.
But it was so
vibe.
funny because when I sent it to you, I know for a fact you had this look of awe, and you were like, "All right, we're gonna talk about this."
Well, my look was, huh? I can't wait to hear his
Whole logic behind it. I mean, all these are pretty cool, but it's just like, man, I don't need any of this like hype figure stuff.
Bro, it's not about
The
that
only
you
thing
need
that's
it.
really
You just
cool.
want it.
No, okay, yeah. So
Super 7.
this one right here,
Troy
these Troy
McClure.
McClure. Yo, they've been releasing all the Simpson figures,
they're
but
dope.
based off of not the Simpsons, everything else that's like the world of Simpsons, which
Yeah.
I think is awesome.
Like a lot of these are like inside jokes, DNA, cowboy, sex education, Troy McClure.
Yeah, that's good. Like that. That's from like
you got to be
Heat.
you got to be a Simpsons head.
They
to
have another
appreciate
one
this.
where it's the other guy, the one that's the Arnold Schwarzenegger character,
Wolf. Shit.
Nick Bane.
Thank you. Well, Warren is listening to this, throwing his phone across the room.
I'm surprised he's not texting you right now.
Yeah, he can sense.
Yeah.
when
He's
we
like,
fuck up
yo, they're messing up
Yeah.
Simpsons
Look,
right
I'm
now.
on the spot, all right? Sorry. But no, Warren, speaking about Warren, Bart of Darkness, holla. Shout outs to him. He has been a
Damn, you
big...
sound like a rapper. Beep, beep, beep. We out here.
He has been a big champion of the...
The reaction ones?
these aren't Super 7, I believe. These are the reaction figures.
I think they're made from Super 7, though, right?
Yeah, you're right. I think they're all related. No, they are. They are. Super 7 is latest wave, etc.
Yeah, that's just what they call, like, probably that
The company
universe.
Yeah. Regardless, these Super 7
No,
figures...
no. We have to make sure that it's good for the people, that they know exactly what we're talking about, not just giving them half-ass information.
I think Super 7 is the company. Reaction Figures is the line, is what I would say. Does that suffice for you?
Yeah.
All right. Thank
Sounds
you.
good.
Thank you. I cited my source. Well, not
Thanks.
cite my sources. That is my educated guess. But anyways, these figures, The Super
Educated
7.
guess is basically a layup.
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
just
I feel like I feel like this is what it's like to be married.
Sorry, go ahead.
Warren has been a champion of these. I think he's bought like every single one, and the latest one, the McBain figures, are they look awesome. Because to your point, it's like you gotta be like a Simpsons fan to understand the references and the different deep cuts.
When somebody comes over and they look at it, you're gonna be like, "Do you know what that is?"
Well, actually, it's more like you wait for them to be like, "Yo, is this season 3?"
You don't say anything.
7?
You just do this,
Yeah. Just the
or you hit him with a quote, like you're like McBain.
the goggles. They're not working.
My eyes.
All right. Okay. So that was your honorary mention, and then the I don't even remember what the name of the other ones were. But
You made him sound so disgusting and dirty. I don't
no,
know which of the things.
they look interesting. You know what I thought they were at first?
Plunderings.
They look like Final Fantasy VII minions that you'd fight. And these,
Okay.
well, these would be like if you were on a pirate level in Final Fantasy,
Yeah.
this is the bosses.
I was just saying, like, yo, if I was like a quirky, like, if I had a studio up in Cork District and I had to fill it up with like all these crazy cool action figures as well as spray cans, just to show people that I
If these
know it.
are vinyl figures,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I think they'd be.
I was kind of like more or less like on a vinyl, like feeling of the vinyl stuff.
I like it. No, I give it to you, and it's at least an interesting concept. The whole
I'm
Caribbean
sorry for my
perspective.
pick, man. It was the worst pick.
Yeah, it was trash, bro. Don't ever do that.
Should've
This
picked
is a premium quality.
I can't
show.
wait to see what you pick. Cause
Oh,
I'm
all right,
invested.
all right. Here we go.
let's
Here we go. Here we
How
go.
many items
So-
did you pick?
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, all right, here we go. Here we go.
Damn.
Dude, you know me. You know I go above and beyond, right? Hey, Drew, pick 3 of them while I pick 10 of them, all right? Because we need content. We need to fill this
Very
airtime.
true.
All right, my first one
Airtime.
is on page 11. It is the SUPERCADE, a visual history of the video game age, 1985 to 2001 trade paperback. Apparently, I missed the boat on the first one, which was just about the rising of the arcade scene. This
Is it
one
sold out?
covers.
Did you buy it?
No, I didn't even check. I should have. But this book in particular, quote, chronicles the next era of gaming history, beginning with the NES and including the release of the Sega Master System, Super Nintendo, Genesis, TurboGrafx 16, Amiga, Game Boy, Atari Jaguar, PlayStation, Dreamcast, Xbox, and more. Like, this is the most perfect book for me.
Yeah.
Like, that is every single console, and some I didn't even have, but for the most part, all the consoles I owned as a
Pretty
kid. And you know damn well the fact that they've got this Konami X-Men image right here in Grand Theft Auto. Yo, this book, I can't wait to buy it. It is
It's gonna feel like reading like a old Game Informer or like a wizard version of games.
it looks like it's going to be a nice coffee table book about fucking the video games I grew up on. And
Okay.
it's supposed to have like really nice photos. It's got like gate folds and inserts, and the paper quality is supposed to be nice. And then I don't know, I'll be honest, none of these names jump out to me as far as contributors, but I think there's an interview with the author here in this previews, which I love when previews does like the author interviews, and they were saying like they reached out to like famous Game Informer reviewers and game writers of like, you know, when game magazines was a big thing. So for $45, 528 pages, this comes out February 15th.
Nice.
I'm telling Ben to order that for me ASAP. So that is the first thing on my wish list. Next up
Yeah, that's a good one.
is, I was inspired by you last month because you came through and just, just obliterated. I was so ashamed of my list. I went and did unnecessary push-up. I had a training montage doing push-ups and everything but
Like
flipping through
turn a
previews.
page and then like reading it. And then no.
I was trying to pick the most. Now, granted, I didn't pick a lot of like lewd stuff. I think that's what made you win last month.
No.
But I
I
feel
was
like,
it was a sexy preview.
yeah,
Not for my standards, like I'm not into that, but
yeah, whatever.
what the
right.
fuck is
This
this?
next one
Blitz.
is Blitz. It's a manga called Blitz. And
Volume
this,
2.
yeah, it's a spotlight on volume 2, so it means I missed volume 1, but I can get volume 1, right? So it's a manga, and it is primarily about like chess. It is about here. I'll read just a little bit of this solicitation. Immerse yourself into Blitz, the new shonen manga series exploring the elite world of chess, where intuition and mental agility are precious assets on the way to victory. So it's basically like it's sort of like the how very dramatic like the basketball manga, how people love the basketball manga and the baseball one and all that, or the soccer.
This one even looks interesting because you're
That's
like,
what I'm
oh,
saying.
okay.
It's like it looks like it's one of those where it's about chess, but they're gonna show you like
The chess speech is actually fighting.
yeah, like a dramatic like retelling.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see some pawn fuck up like a king.
The best part is one, they got a QR code in the previews to like check it out. I haven't done that yet. But it's saying that there's some bonus material in these books where it says, as bonus material included in each volume, chess games are explained move by move to allow you to better understand the strategy. To facilitate further understanding, a chess lexicon and annotations are included. Which, look, the nerd in me fucking enjoys that because it's like, oh, wow.
I get to learn while I get to learn. I get it.
It's more like I get to learn while I get to, like be entertained.
Yeah.
Cool, awesome.
That's all I've ever wanted. So this manga looks interesting as hell.
I'm not gonna lie, I was ready to destroy you when I saw
that
this.
boy
but
is
then
2 for
I was
2. I'm like,
ooh.
ducking and dodging these flows.
Yo.
All right, next up on my list. This
All right,
one
here we go.
struck
See
my
if we
eye
get
because
the
it's
hang of it.
interesting as hell. It is called wait, I gotta get the name right. Scroll up one. Okay. It is called PHOTONIK Man of Light. It is written, it's a comic book from France that has made its way over here because of how popular it is in France. It is written and drawn by TOTA, I believe that's how you say his name, with colors by Stéphane Petreo. My apologies if I'm saying that wrong. But the solicitation, first of all, I got a 2-page spread in the previews. And the solicitation, immediately grabbed my attention. It goes, all his life he was bullied and sometimes called a monster. But when hunchback Thaddeus Tainterhook becomes the flawless Photonik, the man of light, people only see the hero. Will his powers change the man he is inside? And then it goes on to say, like, this comic book has achieved cult status in France, where hundreds of thousands of readers have followed his adventure through the years.
Oh, wow.
It has a charming classic feel of X-Men, Spider-Man, and Hulk, and it
Okay.
stars a trio of outcasts, including a stray kid who never misses a shot called Tom Thumb, and a Holocaust survivor with psychic powers called Dr. Ziegel.
That's pretty cool.
Sign me the fuck up.
All right.
Dude.
Are you going to read it with a French accent? That's the only thing that would take me out of it. It's like, stop it right there where you are. Like, I couldn't be able to, just Stephanie, welcome.
I feel like you're actually way ahead.
You know what I'm saying?
But check out the art, right?
Let me read it real quick. Let me zoom in real quick and give you the
You want me to
French.
zoom in?
Let's
Alright,
give you the
okay.
French. Yeah,
Okay.
zoom in real quick.
Yeah,
on one of
this will
his
be a
things.
good reel on Instagram later. Hit it.
For real. I can't even read that.
Bro, open up the eyes.
Dude, all right, hold on. I can't. What page is that? What page is that? 340?
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
look, I got the sword right
challenge.
here.
Yeah, the challenge. Drew's got the
Damn,
physical.
340?
It is on page 332.
Damn, way off.
I am willing to go ahead and do some filibuster while you're flipping through this because I want to hear you tackle this
Oh,
French
shit,
accent.
it's even
All
a
right.
little over here. And it's in French!
No, it's not, dude.
Yes, it is. Read it right now.
All right, I will.
It's in French.
I will. Freeze, or I'll shoot. He's out of his mind. I sound like I sound like Nightcrawler.
It's okay. Listen, if that's German French for you, right. What?
Dude, you can't read it for real?
Nobody.
He's
No, I
out
can
of his
read it.
mind.
I'm just saying.
All
I'm
right, hit
dyslexic. Okay.
Hit it.
He's out of his mind. He's going to help himself. And then he jumps out the window. Sell must. I can't even.
Yeah. You know what?
We're done.
I don't have anything to. What is something that I can use to just shit on that? Here you go. Here.
Go ahead. Let me hear it. Do it. What is it?
Damn, I don't got.
Is it
nothing.
color coordinated?
Yeah. But
What's the green one?
Tim,
Press the purple one.
the purple one?
Purple one.
We've got things to talk about.
All right, there you
Oh,
go.
purple one
That's good.
here.
Oh my god.
That's how bad it was.
Oh, wow.
Anyways, but dude, look at the artwork. It's got like I can see why they'd say it's got that classic kind of like.
It looks good. I like how gritty it looks.
Also, he looks like Adam Warlock, doesn't he?
He does. Right, nice strong chin.
Exactly.
He got a super. I don't know if that's a butt chin or a ball chin.
Yeah, actually, it shit look like a fucking fork chin.
Fork chin.
Yeah. So
All
this,
right, I'll give it a shot.
hell yeah.
All right,
so that
3
picks
for
my-
3.
Come on, man. All right, here we go. We just getting started. All right, now I'm getting into the toys and figures and all that stuff. So those are my comic picks. My wish list also.
I knew you were
includes
gonna pick that one.
this sweet Mega Man X
Model
full
kit.
armor
Model kit. You have to build your own toy, buddy.
I'll build it if it looks like this.
Okay.
Sorry guys, I know it kind of like jabbed. All right, first of all, it's $83, which is not terrible. But Drew, I'm gonna tell you this, man. I sometimes forget. To me, not even forget. This is my favorite version of Mega Man.
Yeah.
I love Mega
The
Man
white
X.
version.
There's something about like how symmetrical and just clean his design is.
Everybody likes the fresh white tee. He got white shoes on. That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, you're like used to
He got
seeing him.
the Air Jordan 1 Royals on.
I remember what happens because you used to see him in, like As far as when it comes to like an alternate costume and just basically like, oh, this is a different version. Like this one right now, you're like, damn, he kills it. Tamer's Buster looks dope.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Mega Man X, the armor.
When girls are like, oh, I love red bottoms. I'm like, I love red bottoms too. They're my favorite.
Please tell me, do you recall? I think the first exposure outside of the video game I had to this that like really just like cemented like, wow, he's the coolest version of Mega Man ever.
Is Marvel vs. Capcom?
I believe I don't think that was Mega Man X. That was just regular old Mega Man.
Well, no, doesn't he like kind of pump up? Isn't
Oh
one of
yeah,
his
yeah.
special
When
moves
you
where
do his
pumps
specials,
up?
he
like
transforms.
yeah. Dude, he fucks you up.
Yeah, he does. That was my go-to move. But I believe there was a
I'm
manga.
familiar with your fucked up go-to move.
Yo, you want to play Marvel's Capcom?
No, I
2
don't.
after
I
this?
don't really listen.
All right, we're playing Marvel's Capcom 2 after this. I believe there was a Mega Man X anime.
Okay. Was there? Oh, there had to be.
There was. It came out in 2000. I don't
Dang,
remember being
you
that
saw
new.
this? Was this one of those things where
Nah,
like
this wasn't
one of
that
your
new.
dad's like was this like a military thing that was introduced to you?
No, okay. I'm thinking about the cutscenes from Mega Man X4. All anime.
Okay.
I'm gonna watch that later.
I always had like my cousins were always older than me, and here's the thing: I haven't caught up to them. They're still older than me. That's not like you catch up.
That's a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, so all my cousins that were like super heavy into the Mega Man, and they were the ones that would like knew about the Mega Man X. Lo and behold, and you find out when you go into a deep dive, you're like, damn, there's like 13 Mega Man games.
Oh yeah, big time. So this immediately grabbed my attention. A lot of nostalgia to
Pretty
it,
good.
and it's awesome. So
All right,
am I 4 for 4 at this
No,
point?
not at this point.
Okay, fair
We'll
enough.
see, yeah.
I'll take.
That was an easy one.
Okay, fair enough.
Very much so.
Well, this next one might be an easy one because next up on my list.
Boo!
on my wish list-
Oh shit!
Well, the Miles Morales is an honorable mention. This Loki, the Frog of Thunder,
Oh my god!
and the capsule.
Damn, it
'Cause
is sick.
It is.
How much is that?
It's life size.
$250.
$250. So I'm
Dude,
not buying it. I'm not
Yo,
buying it.
you
I'm not
give me
buying it.
$50 right now. I'll get you a I'll get you. I'll get you a frog, and I'll dress him up in that, and then I'll fucking find a glass and I'll put him in there, and I'll put T904, and then like here, this
know
is
what? I would pay $50 for that.
yeah.
But you better dress up the frog in this outfit.
Like, did you paint him? Yeah.
You're like, you never said it had to be. You never said I couldn't do paint on.
Huh.
But I think this is such a. This is one of them figures. To your point, we were talking about the Simpsons one being such a deep cut. If you have this and someone notices, like Walter Simonson Thor,
Yeah.
you're like, baby, bust out the good china for him. Give him the good whiskey. You know,
You're like,
don't
huh?
give him the Evan Williams. Even though Evan Williams ain't bad, but it's like, nah, baby, give him the Four Roses special. You know,
He's
barrel.
a guest in this house.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool one. Like, all right, that one's how much is it again?
$250. I mean, I'm not gonna buy
$250.
it, but
Where would you? Okay, let me say $250. You get it. Where do you
Okay.
put it?
good question.
And let's just say like you have to
Ooh,
like
I know where to put
your job goes. Hey, B, you have to come in.
Okay.
Two
quit. All right.
2 days a week you have to come in. Like, but we got you like a really nice corner office, like a nice little corner office,
Okay.
Harvey
I like
Specter style.
this. Okay.
Give me one of those.
And I can decorate it.
You can decorate it however the fuck you
Oh.
want.
I'd have a nice plant in the office,
Okay.
and he'd be by the plant
You big on this plant?
because the base looks like it's like buried in rock, right?
Mhm.
So I'd want to play on that.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. And real quick, is this the in Loki when there's that scene like he makes the cameo? Isn't he in a similar tube?
Yep.
Because I don't know if they call it out.
Yeah, when they're
Oh, I
like
guess
when
they
they're
do.
like
I
when
guess-
he's like crawling down the space and they're like,
Yeah.
oh.
So I guess this is from that. So that is the last item on my official wish list.
Okay.
Honorable mention goes to this badass Miles Morales Sentinel action figure.
How much is that bad?
reissue? That means we already missed out on it once. It's $110.
I would get that one. Honestly, I would
Now-
get that one.
You see that and you're like, oh, that's a cool pose. But if you actually go to, I believe if you click it, nope. Okay.
It gives you basically Loki Frog.
No. If you click it, I actually saved it right here.
Oh, shit.
If you click it, you actually see more. You see more images, and that's what sold me on it. Look at this.
Yeah, he comes with everything. He comes
Bro.
with his regular head.
Did they just rip him out of the movie
Yeah.
and made
Dude,
a?
yeah, that thing is 100%. That is a must. That thing is so sick. The only thing is you
Oh,
just think the
oh.
real Jones.
Yo, he got the. Those are the.
The AJ fakey ass fours.
I was gonna say the
NN ones.
I was gonna say the Virgil Abloh ones, but you're right. These are the
Yo, I don't want to get sued number ones.
These are the ground Gordon's number 1 right there. Ground, Air Jordan. Yeah, anyways, I thought that was good.
All right, yo, those are all good, solid choices. I'm Mr. Million. Very impressed
Thank
with
you.
your
My wish
choices.
list. I mean,
good.
yo, my wish list is looking good. Now I've got some honorable
Played it
mentions
way too safe.
and talking points.
Look in the camera when we say that.
Your boy did it. All right, your boy did good. So I've got some honorable mentions and talking points because I love getting you on doing your stand-up special on this stuff. So first and foremost, I don't know how you did not mention this one page that is completely dedicated to Walt. It is on page 409 of the physical previews, but it is a Tashin America page full of basically fancy nudie books, right? It is the History of Men's Adventure Magazine, volume 1 through 6. 6 fucking volumes of these $70 books.
Still won't be enough smut.
It is like old smut, bro. This is like one book is dedicated to the 1900s to post-World War II, and the other one is post-war to 1959. You're looking at smut that is older than your dad. You know?
You're looking at grandma.
Yo, for sure.
Like, yo, just like, here's the thing. That'd be a book where they give you the real name, and then you go ahead and Google it to see what they did.
You're like, I wonder if I know any of their grandchildren, you know?
You find out that one of the ladies you work with was actually in that magazine. You'd be like, holy shit.
Damn, Gertrude, you were in volume 6 in the 1970s at the newsstand?
Right. That's right. I'm in volume 8 coming up, too.
But when I seen this, I immediately was like, well, I know what I'm getting Walt for Christmas. Because if there's someone that loves tasteful, like, nudie books, it's our buddy Walt, bro.
It does.
All right, let's see what else I got for honorable mentions, talking points. All right, on this page right here, they do a little creator you should know, Marie Severin. They do a little spotlight on Marie Severin. I thought that was really sweet. You know, we did that full artist spotlight episode of Marie Severin. How familiar are you with Marie Severin?
Not at all. I'm hearing it for the first time. I thought you were
oh shit! I definitely no way, dude. I definitely have talked to your ear off about Marie Severin.
Maybe you haven't.
Or maybe you just didn't pay attention.
Okay.
Maybe that's it.
All right.
Bro,
the lady.
Yes, the lady.
Sorry.
The Marvel lady.
Yeah.
Not just
Okay.
Marvel.
Okay. Yeah, she's a pioneer. She deserves to have her name singed and praised. Yeah, you told me about like how much of a badass she is.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, they gave her a little spotlight I thought was really cool.
Yeah, they didn't give her the cover page. They gave that to a fake, fictitious character. And then Mirror 7 gets, what page was it? 390.
Look at all of these icon, like, you have seen this Incredible Hulk cover.
I've seen those
times.
basically at a Michael's when they're like, decorate your son's room.
Bro,
those are the images that they
image.
Yeah, those are the default images that come in like a real hard metal.
Yeah.
And then your mom gives to you at Christmas. Like, I know you like comic
Oh,
books.
dude, I've got
I've gotten like 10 of those.
And you're like, I'm not gonna hang this up, but it is pretty
Thanks.
cool.
If ever. Like, my mom one time, I love her to death. Like,
That's a
I was
disclaimer.
like, but
Before some
she
fucked
got
up shit comes.
not even fucked up shit. She was like, my mom like will go to like Michael's or TJ Maxx, and she's just like, Andrew, I got you this. And then I'm like, all right, what is it? She got me like stuff that you can put on walls, like wallpaper, like but like a border wallpaper of like just Marvel stuff. Like you can like, if you wanted to do your son's room,
She found it in the 10-year-old section.
Yeah. She's like, man,
My 30-year-old baby would love this.
For real. She's like,
That's
oh my
funny.
God.
But now Marie Severin getting a little spotlight in the previews is awesome, and they give you a really good condensed version of her
her entire basically tribute to the entire 50 years, and they give her a little bit of her. I'm just talking.
I mean, it's like like you could. I mean, look, if you want to learn more about Marie Severin, check out
our episode that I'm not a part of at all right now, and I'm going to pass it to B, and he'll tell you all the information.
It's really good. All right, so that was an honorable mention. Also. On this page right here.
Bro.
Come on.
Listen, I know you're going to pick that one right there. All those 3 girls in that.
You asshole.
Now, the Ronin Warrior?
Dude, the Ronin Warrior figure.
I wanted to take a picture and show this to my
this
brother.
Dude, I didn't know. I forgot all about their names. Chowdan Kadao Ronin.
Yeah, I didn't know anything.
Sai of the Torrent. Dude, Ronin Warriors was...
Growing up, you had to have 5 friends or 5 brothers.
I was lucky I had 4 fucking brothers,
and you're like, oh shit,
we
are
finally
we
a
are
show.
Earth's mightiest heroes. It's up to us to beat up everybody in this thing, bro.
Guys, you have no idea how special we are. All right, I'll be fire. No, I want to be fire. Shut up, Jim. We can't even decide on what element we want, but we want to be the heroes of the world. Dude, we loved Ronin Warriors. We loved Ronin Warriors. And even as a kid, I remember thinking, wow, this animation is great. And I remember feeling like I was watching an old show because of like how just like grainy it was. It's got like that grainy anime look to it. And it turns out like
it's like and you've never seen it before. Like you're so used to Americanized animation that you're like, what is this?
To me, it deserves I need to rewatch it to see if it still holds up.
You think it will?
I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be super fun.
Okay.
So the fact that they are re-releasing these figures or coming out with figures of the whole line, I kind of want. If they weren't $150, I would buy one for each one of my brothers. Like, remember when you wanted to be the water one? I wanted to be the earth one. Shut up, Joseph.
You get this one.
All right, so that was an honorable mention just for nostalgia's sake.
Okay. Do you have another one?
I've got one more.
Okay.
I got one more, and then I got a special guest calling in who you absolutely know who it is, so it's not a surprise.
Special guest?
Motherfucker, why have you continued to hold? No, go back. Oh, here it is. Anyways,
the Dragon Quest. Dude, because I'm not on... Here's the thing. I'm not on the Adventures of Tao. That's a whole nother anime and manga. I mean, it's part of the Dragon Quest series, but... I don't know where he goes.
So for our audio listeners, I just clicked on this Dragon Quest: The Adventures That Die. Is it in the magazine they call him Flazzard Figma figure. I don't know who the fuck Flazzard is. I was expecting Drew to know.
He looks like the
he has half fire, half ice. I would imagine
all attitude.
Oh, he's gonna fuck some shit up.
He basically looks like this Christmas movie. That flame guy and that ice guy basically had a baby.
Yeah. I just think it's a dope design.
It is cool. I like the color. The colors are very vibrant.
So you have no idea who this is? You haven't played him in the video game?
I know that could be the next coming of Christ, and I have no idea. I'm like, oh, wow.
It'd be a very scary coming of Christ. Oh, shit, that motherfucker's fire and ice. Water's not going to put him out. Yeah, I just thought that was a very eye-catching figure right there.
I liked it. That's really good.
Okay, so that is
I
everything.
like how you pick things for me. Like,
well, I picked things like, I wonder if Drew's going to mention this. I try to like think like, what would Drew pick? And I was absolutely wrong.
There's some like good stuff in there. The one thing I was like really surprised that they were lacking of was like, I thought we would get more winter wear. Like, I didn't see a lot of hoodies, a lot of series. I mean, I did see, but like
fashion.
Yes, yeah, honestly, like if I can buy anything right now, it'd probably be like some long sleeve shirts, maybe some workout stuff.
I was thinking about doing short box hoodies. But I feel like it might be too late.
Definitely too late.
You think so? All right. Next year, I'm going to do short box hoodies and long sleeves. Okay. So that brings us to the end of our wish list. That brings us to the end of like some miscellaneous talking points. We had so much fun last time we did the November previews, inviting our guy Ben Kingsbury from Gotham City Limit. I decided to bring him back again. I reached out to him and I was like, Ben, we're doing another previews episode. It wouldn't be right if we didn't reach out to you.
Ooh, okay.
Seeing as you own one of the coolest shops, you always have the coolest shit. It feels like he knows how to navigate previews better than anyone. So I asked him to send in a voicemail. I asked him to pick one item that piqued his interest and talk about it. So here he is. All right, you ready? Here's Ben.
Hey, Shortbox listeners. However you may be listening and wherever you may be listening from, I'm Ben K, representing Gotham City Limit, and this is the one thing that caught my eye in this month's previews magazine. The one thing I'm going with, Street Fighter, the Cammy pop-up parade PVC figure. It's a cheeky piece, trust me. I loved the Street Fighter series when I was younger. You can add this to your collection. The Cammy Street Fighter pop-up parade PVC figure. That's my pick of the month.
Oh, that one.
I'm Ben K, representing Gotham City Limit. Remember, with great power comes great responsibility, and always take it to the limit.
That's how guy Ben.
I love that tag.
Yeah, no, that's a great sign off.
I like it.
Which caught me by surprise. I was like, all right, Ben, little cheeky, eh?
For real, he's like, it's cheeky. And I was like, what is it going to be like? I was like, oh. And then he said Cammy, and I was like, oh, yeah, we know.
Yeah, so this might be the most, this might be the sexiest item that we have selected on so far these, 3-4 episodes of previews that we've done. But I love me a good Street Fighter, and I'm excited for Street Fighter 6. You think you'd be buying that? Are you going to be among the Street Fighter crowd that buys it and plays it opening day? Or on...
I want to be. We'll see, because right now what's on sale is the Gotham Knights. So I kind of want to roll through that for a little bit.
How much the Gotham Knights?
I think it's like $44 now.
Damn. I feel like if you wait until after New Year's, you can get that. They might give you that game. They might be like, please take it. And you're like, but it's digital. Don't you guys have plans? Like, no. We want to move the digital ones too.
Because there's a bunch of Marvel and DC games coming out too. We still got that Suicide Squad game.
Oh,
Midnight Sun game.
Are you gonna buy Midnight Suns? Because
yes,
Yeah, I don't really care that it's a. Is it a
The
card
fact that they
game?
said card game even made me more excited to go. Like I was just like, oh, okay, cool.
You're like, I will take that challenge. Let's see. All right. Let's go ahead
And
and
Magic's gonna be in there.
let's go ahead and divert a little bit. All right. I don't think our listeners will mind us talking a little bit about video games. I'm pulling
I
up
think
this
what you meant to
gameplay.
say is I don't think our listeners have a choice.
Yeah, true. All right. So here's the gameplay.
Okay. Well, right now we're watching this.
He gets angry. He gets stronger.
You're not doing shit so far.
Yeah, wow, this is so exciting.
Oh, I see the cards though. I don't know, man. For a PS5 next gen game.
Want Hulk to be taken.
All right, man. Come on.
They will split the.
Wow,
This
you
is
re-
not
you-
very
yeah, here's the-
riveting.
You
This
should
is
have been.
not
Yeah, yeah.
riveting.
I don't know why you decided to pick this on a whim. But yeah, I would definitely get this
Okay,
game.
whatever. I've gotta see
Here's
it.
the thing. The fact that like Rob was playing a lot of the Kingdom Hearts game, and he played the Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, and that is a card game, and it was just really fun to add that extra level of stress.
Look, the card games I have played include Metal Gear Acid. Damn it, there's one more I can't think. I think it was either
Is it a Final Fantasy game?
it might have been a Final Fantasy game or it was. Damn, no, it was a a Yu-Gi-Oh game for Game Boy Advance.
Okay.
Is one that I remember. There's also one other one I can't. It was a popular one, but besides card game, I think I've told you before. Final Fantasy Tactics is my shit. I love that tactic game. So if it might scratch that itch. I'm playing God of War, which is very like action adventure. Just wrecking shit. If this scratches like that that strategic itch. Sometimes you get that strategic itch. You're like, you know what? I want to use my brain today. It might be that for me.
Yeah, and that's exactly my agreement as well. It's like if it scratches that creative side of it, where it can't like I have to basically do combos of cards, I'll give it a shot. Only because right now I'm playing Magic the Gathering too, so I'm
okay.
very much on that whole card game.
Okay. No, it looks cool. All right, D. Before we wrap up, do you got any final words to say to the listeners? It's by the time this episode comes out, it'll be
If anybody's
December,
watching, if
holidays.
anybody's reading Dark Web, like let us know how that's going. I really do want to pick it up, but I'm just not I'm not invested yet. But I kind of want to read it.
All right. I also, I gotta apologize because I told you we were gonna cover the Marvel previews, and we're already getting ready to wrap up.
Yeah.
So next month, all right, January.
Empty promises.
Empty promises continue. Now, for next month going forward, we'll start including the Marvel DC previews if there's anything that piques our interest. Besides that,
Did you read the new Human Target issue?
We got some more.
Sorry, did you read the new Human Target issue?
Number 9.
The newest one that came out.
I think that's number 9. Not yet.
Wow.
Have you?
Bro, yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay. No.
It came out yesterday.
It came out last Wednesday.
Okay, so you
All right,
so
yes,
you
I'm
admit that
late.
you had a whole week. That's okay. So you just told on yourself.
I did.
Okay, so you had a whole week to read
I
it.
did. I haven't read it yet. I will. I promise. I've been reading all this other stuff. All
I've
right.
been reading all the other Trump Kings.
Don't ever.
Awesome.
Yeah, you know what? You don't even deserve that. That was good.
I just
give you
over like that.
that was good. All right, Drew. Well, I guess we can go ahead and wrap up this episode, and I will address the listeners now and tell them, look, there you have it, Shortbox Nation. That's our episode for today. Thank you for hanging out with us. We appreciate your support. Thanks for letting us talk about the stuff that we could only wish to afford. All right. You know what? We ain't broke boys for the record, right? We can afford some of the stuff, not all of the stuff, right? Not all the stuff. But fuck it. It's just fun to flip through previews and just take a break from doing deep dives and reviews.
I think my mom said it best. It's nice to want things.
Wow, Miss Martinez is so
I was like,
brilliant.
Mom, I want this. She's like, it's nice to want, huh? Like, not in a nice way, just one of those like,
ooh, mama, ooh, I'll snitch, mama. Ooh, I love you. All right, but anyways, some of you listeners, right? Some of you might already know this, but these last 2 episodes of this preview series have been Patreon exclusives. You got this episode because I got the holiday spirit. Right? I'm going to New York. It's going to be celebrating Christmas. I'm in a good mood, and it's been like 2 weeks since you guys got an episode. So everyone got to enjoy this one on the house. But going forward, we're going to keep this one Patreon exclusive as much as we can. So if you if you enjoyed this episode and you want more bonus content like this one, consider becoming a member of our Patreon community and level up your Shortbox experience.
don't
right?
consider it. Do it.
Yeah, just fucking do it.
Just do it.
Just
You
do
don't
it.
have to fucking do it. It's okay.
No. All right. I draw the line in the sand and just fucking do it. All right.
Yeah.
We're like Nike, but
We're from
R-rated.
Jacksonville. You plenty of sand around here.
Just What?
Because it's Jacksonville with the beaches.
All right.
And that's the sand.
We definitely lost him on that one.
Well, I'm still here.
But back to the listeners. Join the other Shortbox elite, all right? And be counted among the best comic podcast community out there, all right? And enjoy even more Shortbox bonus content. Now, if you picked up the previews yourself and you spotted some cool merch that you think deserves a shout out, let us know, all right? Write into the show at theshortboxjacks@gmail.com or send us a DM on Instagram or Twitter. In the meantime, follow us on social media to stay up to date with what we got going on. We'll be back with a new episode next week. We're going to be talking about our favorite holiday comics. So any comic books dealing with
Dude,
holidays.
I was just thinking about that.
In what regard?
I was just like, there's some, like, I mean, after years and years and years and years and years, there's so many
Oh, yeah.
holiday comic books out there. Like, I wonder how many of them can revisit now that are still pretty good.
We're going to try to do that next week.
What
So
are you leaning towards?
I don't want to
give us a preview.
I don't want to ruin the surprise.
Why is it not really
But-
surprised?
Okay. All right. Yeah,
It's
twisted
comic
my arm.
books.
It's twisted my arm. It is a toss between, I think I'm a spotlight, either the Darwin Cook Spider-Man Christmas
Oh,
issue?
Okay.
or I might spotlight the I don't remember what comic it was from, but remember that you've seen the image shared all the time where it's Santa Claus with the Infinity Gauntlet fighting the Marvel Universe, and they establish him as like an Omega level mutant.
Yeah.
I wanted to go find that issue to get to understand where that panel comes from. I've seen it before, so those are my two choices.
Those are cool. I like this.
Thank you so much. So listeners, come back next week for a new episode. Ashley and Ed should be back.
Is the rule just like one issue, or is it a
it's
whole
fine.
series?
No, you can do a whole series. If
Oh,
you want. I was
okay.
also thinking Claws too. That Dan Mora,
Dude, every year, I think it's like, this is like either its third or fourth year, but he is adding a lot more just history to him. Like every year he releases something new, so it's actually pretty cool. Whether it be like a one issue miniseries or like a hardcover.
and that's to be a bummer, but I think this is the one year that he's actually taking a break from it because he's got so much going
Wait,
on.
are you sure?
I think so.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty
Can
sure.
we Google it real quick? I bet you M&M's.
You have-
Peanut M&M's.
All right. Let me do that off screen. I want to go and say goodbye to the listeners, and I want to wish them happy holidays. Right, we're just getting started in December, but happy holidays nonetheless. Please take care of yourselves. Have a great day, and please continue to make mine and yours short box. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.